Hi, and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, we are building a family cabin. She turned out so beautifully. I am completely obsessed, and I cannot wait for you all to see the final result. It's honestly worth it. This is quite a long video, so make sure that you have some drinks, and let's jump into it. First off, I really didn't want to go for this like a campsite vibe. I hate the look of this cabin. I think probably the most in all the cabins we get with this pack. Now, as you can see, we start off with a very prominent part of the house, and I'm just trying to kind of figure out where I want certain things to be placed. I'm trying to mentally figure out where I want the roofs to be. I had a reference photo, but unfortunately I lost it. And I tried Googling for it again. I even went into my search history, but I just can't find it. And I am so sorry, but just know that the house is very much just inspired by that photo. It isn't an exact replica of it, so we're not really missing anything out. I just grabbed some inspiration from it. Mine, in my personal opinion, looks a lot better. And also it's by a lake. The previous one wasn't a lake house, it was just kind of like a cabin. Sort of a vibe. Now here at front, I really wanted to have another bump out, but I wanted the one bump out to be a little bit further back than the first one. But my roof didn't align, and I absolutely hated it. So we go back, and I remove part of the roof, and I kind of give the illusion of a bump out, so that we can still have that actual bump out that comes out, and I think it looks absolutely stunning. We then extend that roof downwards. Now, that is with the intention that if you look at the build from this angle, it still looks like you have a proper roof. It's supposed to be a really cool illusion, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks stunning. Now, we do make the top part a little bit bigger, and then that lets that little bump out that we have, that actually makes it more secure and in line. I also wanted to go with this kind of like a walkway all around, so we get this patio that we are going to drag all around that would lead to certain deck areas. It's really, really, really nice. I also go in with a mixture of brick and like a pillar foundation. So you can see that I am starting to kind of play around with that. I didn't want everything to be brick, but I wanted brick to be the primary like foundation. Here where we have the wooden foundations, we are going to add a pond there with the terrain tool. I just kind of took the terrain tool to a certain height where I felt like, okay, this kind of makes sense. And I just also wanted to give different dimensions to this build. Now, because of the round log cabin look that we are going for, I had to round out our edges a little bit with the round pillars. Thank goodness this pack came with that, because that was an absolute lifesaver. Now, I hated how this balcony part didn't really line up because there are no walls, so the pillars kind of sit a little bit forward, but that was easily remedied with a beautiful floor trim that I absolutely love. Also, we needed to go in with some eaves. No, it's not eaves, it's spandrels. I always get confused. It's either one. It's eaves or spandrels, but we had to do that. And I go in with like glass around the patio areas. Now it does look weird, but it is very much intentional. I wanted to go for like a log cabin look, but I still wanted it to be exceptionally modern. And you will see when we start decorating, this place is just so stunning. And then those balconies, they do make sense. I am starting off with the top floor plan. We've got 2 bathrooms up here. We've got 3 bedrooms, but the kids' room, it sleeps everyone. So you do have infants, toddlers, there's a space for children. So this is a proper family cabin. It's so cool. I do also decorate this place like it is someone's vacation home. That is a big wish of mine. I really, really want to be able to own multiple properties in The Sims 4. And seeing as The Sims is going to be continuing for a while, I do have hopes for that. I really, really, really do. And I really hope that The Sims team comes through with that. I will, of course, be absolutely living. We need to go in with some extra details, and thank goodness to like be able to paint the roofs. We were able to put these wooden planks on the outside areas where you are able to like see underneath it. I put some wooden planking under the deck areas so the water reflection is wooden planks screaming. Honestly, it's just perfect. On the front, I don't really want to go with a lot of big windows. I know that sounds kind of not okay. The front of the house is usually like, it's supposed to be the most beautiful, the most extravagant, but I do feel like the smaller windows that I use make a lot more sense. And I do feel like it adds a lot. So there you can see that with that brief moment, how beautiful that roof line just looks. It's just stunning. And then we go in with a lot of big windows at back because of the lake that we have. And also a lot of open doors. I couldn't give them constantly open doors, so I did give them one sliding door. The sliding door is from Island Living. The swatches of Island Living go really, really, really well with the swatches of those open doors that came with the... I always forget what it's called. I think it's like Desert Lux? I don't know. It's the free one. It came out for free. And it's such it's so beautiful. I love that kid. It's one of my absolute favorites. When I remember the name, I will definitely mention it. If not, I'm so sorry. I probably forgot. Now, we go in with just some beautiful archways. We have these stunning doors that I use with the glass paneling. But I do change the one in the upstairs bathroom. It's a little bit big, but we are jumping the gun, and I will get back there in a second. We are busy with our kitchen area. I'm trying to figure out if I wanted to actually go with a wooden kitchen as well. We do. I think it looks really beautiful. We go with these different heights when it comes to the cabinets. You will see that that comes back into play when we place this little seating area. So we have the actual place we can put the bar stools, and then we have a corner piece, but the corner piece is the normal corner piece. Now I know that they don't really align, but I do feel like that is intentional. And I really like the way that it looks, even though it does have that cutout. I really do feel like this would probably be an intentional choice. In a house like this, it makes a little bit sense. I also overlay some of the corner pieces so that I can have my stove in the middle. I wanted my stove to be exactly in the middle of this, and I didn't want to go in and extend the house because I felt like that would just ruin everything. The house is already big, and making it a little bit more bigger will also change the illusion even more at the back, and it will make this room a little bit more off-centered, and I was just not about it. I also didn't want to extend my little breakfast nook that we have that's up here, this formal breakfast nook. I really liked the size of it, and yeah, I didn't want to go in and change it. So I had to play around with corner pieces. Now, these carpets are just so stunning. Most of the wallpapers in this place is going to be just plain wood in the swatch that we use on the outside, and then white brick plastered walling. All of the same that we use on the outside of the house, I'm just going to incorporate it on the inside. I felt like it worked the best. And then all of the color comes in with our furniture, with like the accent colors in certain rugs or certain like decor items. And I really liked it. I have mentioned this before, but I am obsessed with this house. It is just so stunning. I add a little bit of like details with cups and things like that, so that when your sim comes here, it does still feel very much lived in. And also, if you do not have this like pack, or if you do, because I think I used a lot of it, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but if you don't want to put this in this world, that's what I want to say. You can. I can completely understand if you want to play in this house and actually have your Sims live in it, because this place is absolutely stunning. I think it's just so beautiful. I also love that cabinet that came with Growing Together. It is so cute. It is just small. It's compacted. It is beautiful. I never used that painting that I put on top of the fireplace. I'm still kind of on edge with it. It looks very child-made. But in a way, once we have all of the furniture in, it actually kind of works and I'm happy with it. I also use the cow print. Now, I'm not a fan of animal print. Especially cow print. Because you know that cow print is probably real. That's not faux. Like, I don't know. I am just not necessarily a big fan. Just look at it. That looks like it's real, even the texture on it. But I do feel like the people that live in this house will definitely have that. And if that is your style, I am, no judgment. It's just not me. I have family members that, love animal skins. My brother. I'm not a taxidermy person. Just putting that out there. But let's move on. So I have this chest. Now this chest is actually gameplay. You can store things in it. It's like an extra inventory. It's absolutely great. So I add that. It looks beautiful. It matches. I place this radio, but we had to go in with the tool mod just to kind of lower it a little bit down. And you can see that I'm painting the house. Now this is the entertainment slash family area. So we place the television here. We go in with more comfortable couches. Not that I think that the couches out front aren't comfortable, but these one just looks a lot cozier. This is also like a gaming area, so we go in with a ping pong table. We do have 2 ping pong tables. Some Steam, please give us pool tables, because I'm sick and tired of constantly just having to place ping pong tables. I want to be able to place both. And I didn't want to go in with the foosball table. I tried it, but it didn't really work because they didn't have the swatches that I wanted. The swatches just really didn't work. It was close, but it just wasn't close enough. We go in with this basket. It looks like a toy basket, and then I just add some balls around it because it looks really cute. And I think that this is, well, I've mentioned, not I think, that this is a family house. So I feel like it was kind of appropriate to have that there. It just looks like a family is more in here. And then again, I go in with a bunch of coffee cups everywhere, because I felt like it just made the place seem a little bit more cozy and lived in. And that is the vibe that I was going at. I was going for extravagance and elegance, but I was still going for homey. And I think I nailed it. I love this place. It's just so beautiful. We add that couch there, and then we have that beautiful rug. It's kind of like a hallway. It's like a runner rug that I place in front of it. It came with fitness. Yeah, the fitness stuff back. Beautiful. Just brings the entire thing together, and again, it just looks so cozy. That cabinet that came with the horse ranch pack that I placed next to the fireplace. I think it's just perfect there. I love that cabinet. It is so beautiful. And then we go in with a bar. It's necessary, but I didn't want to place an actual physical bar. I don't think it vibes with this place. Also, I couldn't really find a bar that I actually liked. Not even for the outside. That I thought looked good with this house. We have so many bars, but in the same sense, we have no bars. Either it's very, very, very pack specific, and it's very much there for that pack and for a specific reason in that pack, like a British bar with all kinds of thingies hanging around it. It just looks like it's supposed to be in a commercial space. Or it's ugly. So yeah, I went with the tiny globe. It works, she looks nice. This room we go for a blue primary color, just to make it feel cozy again. The entire vibe of this is cozy and homeliness. And for it to have that calm vibe, I felt like blue is the best color. I tried not to do green. I tend to do a lot of green and yellow, but I do fail in the kids' bedroom. I am but only human. But I think it works in the kids' room. But we are again just jumping the gun. This room looks so comfy cozy. I use that chair because that chair I wanted to use downstairs. The one with like the skin going over it. Again, it matches the aesthetic of this place absolutely perfectly. And I just felt like I really, really, really had to use it. And it blends beautifully into that bedroom. This is the other adult bedroom or teen room, depending on what type of sim you have here, but this is mostly made for two adult couples. That was kind of what I had in mind, or grandparents, and this is like their children, and then the grandchildren came. So that's kind of the storyline that I'm going for, and this place just looks so cozy. Putting the cabinet on sort of an angle, I think really helped, and it really just makes the place not look so formal. I have a lot to say about these kids' beds. Because why did we not get that swatch? Unless I just didn't notice. Because I didn't even notice, like, this bed. So it is possible. But why did we not get that swatch in the grown-up beds? Like, I would use that all the time. I love that swatch. Just look at those blankets. Doesn't that look so comfortable? It reminds me a lot of the ones that we got with Eco Lifestyle, which is my favorite bed because it looks so comfortable. But yeah, I digress. So we go in with like the toddler bed, we have the cot. Thankfully it came with green and yellow. That was not intentional, because as you saw I chose those two beds first. But it just works perfectly. We do reuse a lot of carpets. I just love this carpet and I love the texture of this carpet. And I love the colors of this carpet. It is just perfect. I had to constantly just use this carpet. And I know that I could use the Eco Lifestyle carpet because it is very similar, but it just doesn't have this texture. I don't know, it's just something about the textures in this pack that's just so stunning. It makes me not want to use anything else. It's some of the best textures that we have gotten in a long time. It's even better than Snowy Escape, and I really like Snowy Escape's textures. But yeah, so this is the hallway. We have a little laptop section. We just needed a place where you can have a laptop or do some other things if you want to. And I felt like that was just the perfect spot. We also go in with some more of the bookcases. I didn't want to place the bookcases to the roof. It just wasn't the vibe. But I love the shape and the skinniness of it and the simplicity of the book nook bookcases. So that's why we use it. Going to the bathroom. Now, I wanted to go with 2 showers, but it just didn't work. It felt a little bit too cluttered. But we have that one singular shower section. I used the divider that came with Snowy Escape. And I probably should have used the shower head that came with it as well. I just like the sleeker look of this one more, even though it is a lot lower quality. And then we also go in with the Snowy Escape bath because that edge just works. And also it's wooden. Everything just works. This is such a beautiful house. I want this house, but this house would be so expensive in real world. I cannot even imagine. It would probably just be insane. All this wood? No. Now, this is the main bathroom. This is like the family bathroom. I wanted to go the same, but I wanted a rounder bath because the bath is in the center, so we don't use the same bathtub. And then I just add that little decoration that's like a big closet. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And then just a sink and a toilet. We're keeping it very generic. And then we go in with some towels. This is the downstairs toilet. We needed one downstairs. That's why I created this little bump out. You can't go upstairs in a house like this constantly if you need to use the loo. Climbing those stairs will be such a nightmare. So yeah, we needed a bathroom downstairs. And I'm glad that I kept that piece there. Now I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do here? How do I want things to be? I knew that I wanted a fountain. And that's about... Oh, not a fountain. Like a part of the lake that comes here. Like it's just a small off piece. And that's about it. I also knew that I wanted flowers all around it. So a lot of this that we are doing here is basically just touch and go. We see where it goes, if it works, if it doesn't, and we just go with it. And in the end, it really works. Sometimes that is the best way to go in The Sims. If you don't know what you want to do, especially with landscaping, just go with it. You will immediately know when you start placing plants if you are going in the right direction or not. I kind of lay out a sort of where I want things to be. I also knew that I wanted a little bit like a tree in that small little island. That's about it. Now these rocks, they are so moldy and cute, so I had to go with them. They came with the other vacation world, Salvadorado, Jungle Adventure, and it's just so perfect for lakes. I don't know why I haven't used them before, because they're just so moldy. They've got like proper mold on them. Like, is it mold? I don't know, it's like the green things. Mold now doesn't sound right. Algae. It's got like algae and everything on it, so it was just perfect. And then we go in with a lot of rocks. I don't go with this as hard as what I do, as what I did to the house next door. There I placed a lot of rocks, because both of these homes are kind of on a hill. It made more sense for it here because there are so many hills around this specific area. And the lots are big enough for us to do it. The others are kind of small. But I don't go that hard with it. I wanted to place more plants than rocks this time. Rocks really, it takes a toll on your lot if you download it. Clips a lot. It's just a lot to render for the game sometimes. And if you have like a lower running PC or something, it is going to affect you. Also, if you have like like all the packs installed on like, say, the previous gen consoles, you are probably going to have some lag. So I wanted to take away most of those rocks, even though we still go in with a lot of rocks. But it is a lot less as well. The flowers that I use these flowers with like basically every build that I do. But my intention with them here was because they really, really blended in with the roof. I go in with these beautiful, massive, like delicious monster plants. They are just so beautiful. They're not really native, even the plants that we use inside of the water. But it is kind of just to show the wealth of these people, to show that they've got people that work for them. And they can afford expensive non-indigenous plants, because they are. I think that would be so expensive. And looking after them and making sure that they can grow, it's just part of the story. And then, of course, we do go in with a lot of plants that are from this area. This pack does come with a lot of beautiful plants. So it would just be such an injustice to this pack to not include it. These purple, like, bushes, they are so beautiful. They work as such a nice contrast plant to kind of just blend everything together. And then we go in with these plants from Cottage Living. They are just so beautiful. They come in a variety of color, like the maroon. We have this beautiful beige peach color. It also comes in like a light pink. It's just stunning. We can use it a lot. And then these plants, they are just so perfect. They kind of just go out to one certain side, but they really work, and they really, really, really blend in the world so beautifully. I also use those green bushes from Snowy Escape. They are my new favorite bushes in the game. It's stunning. It's just so good. And then we go in with my favorite yellow bush. This is my round off bush. It's just that yellow bush. It's so cute, and it fills up the spot perfectly. Now, with the tree that I wanted in front, you saw that at first I went with like the one of the island living trees, but they were a bit too harsh. They are very green, and I wanted that tree to be soft, so that's why we go for the softer green with the white. This is roundabout here that I realized that with the tool mod, I can actually just click where I want the plants to go with the move option. So that's what we do. It makes landscaping so much easier. Because most of these plants are debugs, so they don't really clip properly. Even actual plants that aren't debug, they also sometimes struggle when it comes to clipping. But thankfully we were able to like work around that. And it really works. We go in with some grass just to finish off some extra landscaping all around. And then I think we are going to go... We're getting close to me having to add the trees on these surrounding areas. We just go in with some terrain tool again. I have said this before and I really wish it again, but I do wish that we could have different brushes when it comes to terrain paint. I would love to be able to just mimic the terrain paint that they do in the world a lot easily, instead of going and like resizing certain brushes. I mean, just giving us brushes would just be perfect. Now I do add a lot of trees with a debug, as you can see in the surrounding world. There wasn't really space for me to add those trees on this lot, and I didn't want to hide the lot itself. So I go in with debug, we place them all around us. We needed a hot tub, but I hated the way that it looks, so we go in with the log look again. This hot tub is completely functional. If you put half walls around it, it does work. It's absolutely great. It's such a nice little trick. I do it all the time when hot tubs just isn't working. And in this case, this just looks a lot better. We added some outside toys for the kids. Of course, we have to go with the horseshoe throw thing. That's one of the very few activities that came with it, this pack, so you have to add it. And also it blends in perfectly with this house. It actually looks like it's made for this home, more than any of my other houses where I have placed that. And then we just go in with some extra outside area. Here is the ping pong table that I have mentioned before. I would have loved to have had a pool table on the inside and a ping pong table on the outside. It would have been perfect. And then we have to go in with some lights. We need some outside lighting, some extra outside plants. We have some loungers so that you can just sit and absolutely relax. And then of course a barbecue. But I moved the barbecue kind of down so that you have that beautiful view of the lake. Why do you want to look under the deck if you can look at this? It just makes more sense. Now we are reaching the end of the build. I just have to go in with some extra little detail like a chessboard, some extra plants, but I am going to jump into this build and I can just show you the floor plan and all of the little ideas. Oh yeah, I changed this window because I just hated the shutters. And of course, as luck beholds it, once I load it into this world, my terrain paint is just gone. Some steam, please. Fix this. Thankfully I saved it on my gallery, so the version that will be on the gallery will have the original terrain paint. I am not gonna exit this game now and like replace this because it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to. Now let me show you the floor plan. So this is the upstairs floor plan. We have ourselves our main bedroom. We have the upstairs landing. Here we have an extra bedroom. They have a patio, the kids' room, the main bathroom, and then the ensuite bathroom. Going downstairs, we have our entertainment area with a little patio there. We've got our entrance, we've got our kitchen and like different breakfast nooks. Depending on where you want to sit, you can sit on these beautiful couches or, well, seats, wooden seats. or you can eat at the dining area. Here we also just have this beautiful little living situation. We have a hot tub. We also have swans. I just thought like they are kind of appropriate and they match this place perfectly. We also add like a bunch of fish. I don't know where my fish are. Why am I not seeing the fish? I did add them. I can't go and like confirm it with you, but I know that I did. And then of course just the outside area. That looks a lot better when it has terrain paint. This house will be uploaded to the gallery under Lakeside Retreat if you are interested in downloading it. Yo, I never realized what a mess my hair is. But yeah, now with that being said, I hope to see you all tomorrow and I really hope that you enjoyed this build. Bye bye.